evening and welcome back to Racestars TV, your Tuesday night motorsports fix. Live in the iRacing platform, we go to round 7 of the RaceKraft Australian Formula Ford eSeries, powered by FRG. My name's Chris Mitchell, one of your commentators, joined by Dave Roberts in the booth tonight for Road Atlanta.
Good evening, Chris. How you doing, buddy? It's been a while since we've been here with Formula Ford.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's a great circuit to have these cars at as well. Can't wait to get stuck into this.
My favourite series of the lot.
Yeah. Of the ones we're doing currently, this has provided some of the best racing that we've been able to see. I mean, how good was, Phillip Island last round out? My goodness, some of the racing we had.
Yeah, well, absolutely phenomenal, fantastic racing. These cars are just, as they are in the real world, they are, they deliver every time they go on track, don't they?
They do, especially on the very undulating and punishing curves of Road Atlanta, Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. 12 corners, 4.088 kilometres, 4,088 metres. Plenty of elevation change, plenty of undulation, plenty of bumps to catch these cars out as the most raw and visceral form of race car. No power steering, no traction assist, no anti-lock braking system, no ride height to soak up the massive curves that can really kick the car around either. This is going to be a bit of a hell night for some of the drivers in this series.
Very cool riding on board there with Caleb Hyde. You can see how much he's fighting the wheel and really battling with the car over the bumps. And this track's so much up and down, so many blind corners. There's a blind right-hander there onto the main straight. Big, long main straight with huge slipstream availability down the chute. And into a beautiful little chicane that's very, very quick, not the nasty little normal chicane, but a very, very quick chicane that you've got to keep your momentum through. It's just a fantastic, flowing, beautifully designed circuit.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun with the car with wings and slicks. I'm sure it's plenty of fun with a very simple, no wing, no aerodynamic aids kind of vehicle like the Ray Racing Cars FF1600 we use inside the iRacing platform, as we follow Guy Leach for Injectors Online Racing, making his way down the main straightaway. Leach goes up to P3 as well in the early stage of the session as he's throwing down and immediately gets dropped down to P4 and then P5. And then straight off the road.
Hang on to it, boy. We'll see a lot of that tonight. We will see a lot of that tonight because the car is very loose, it's very high speed, it's very easy to lose the tail, and you can drive the thing sideways, which is what makes this car so much fun, just like it is in the real thing.
They're designed to be driven sideways a little bit like that, and that's what makes them so exciting and such a great training platform since basically, the early 70s when Formula Ford came about, originating out of the UK before it made its way to Australia and became the largest single-make formula class worldwide for exactly that reason, because it is so good and it is such a good training tool for many of young developing racers looking to make a career, or sportsman racers alike looking for the best motorsports experience available for their dollar. And people still go back to Formula Ford today. We still have quite a strong field of Formula Fords here in Western Australia in the local ranks as well, even with East Coast drivers making the trip over regularly to race in WA with our cars over here.
Yeah, WA's got a fantastically strong Formula Ford community over there, both modern Formula Ford and historic Formula Fords. And it's fabulous to see that. Outposts like that, WA, you've had some great guys come through. Certain little Mr. Ricardo that started off in Formula Fords as well. So it's done WA a very, very good service in its time, and it did start in the late 60s actually, Chris.
Oh, late 60s, there you go. Started before this circuit was even built. September 13, 1970 was when Road Atlanta first opened 53 years ago. They broke ground on the circuit in 1969 and has been the host of many fantastic series, including the IMSA Sports Car Championship Petit Le Mans from 1998 until the modern day, and the Grand Prix of Atlanta from the 70s and onwards. Moto America, Trans Am, Pirelli World Challenge, NASCAR Xfinity Series. Could you imagine NASCAR's around here? Jesus.
Oh no.
Next level.
Oh no.
Could you
Too many
imagine the
corners.
carnage?
I watched not so long ago. I watched a very old Formula Ford runoffs, American SCCA runoffs, and a certain guy at the front of the field was a guy called Chip Ganassi running a Formula Ford.
Wow. Wow, that would have been a long, long time ago. As we pick up Mark Jeffrey making his way into that treacherous turn 3 and 4 chicane. Now Stephen Casitas making his way around. He comes out from underneath the bridge at turn 11 and through this final turn 12. Even this turn 12 can be very, very sketchy, especially with these cars. You know, they can unload a little bit. Turn 1, pretty rough for these vehicles as well. The undulation and then the turn in while still braking. And you want to maximize your entry speed because you've got that big hill afterwards and you can't afford to be slow on the power trying to climb that hill.
So many corners here have a hill afterwards, Chris, so you've got to be good on all of them. I'm looking there now. Caleb Hyde's gone to the front. Andrew Gillian right behind him. Andrew's been right on the pace. Damon Wood's back in fourth. That's whack.
Accurate. Oh, and the second one. And it took the corner off.
Yeah.
It took the corner off, and then iRacing put it back on for us. How nice
Yeah,
of
that's
iRacing.
awesome the way they did that. Oh, no, it hasn't put that one back on. It's a three-legged pig. I was going to say Cody Deek there in third. Now, Cody was the winner of the Motorsport Australia, what do I call it?
The Asia Pacific
Yes,
Junior Esports Challenge.
So now that's all over and everybody's forgotten about all the things we can and can't say, I'm going to tell you that Cody Deeth won a trip to the Ferrari Driver Academy at Sepang, and went over there and was part of that whole thing, all out of e-racing. So he got a free trip to Sepang with a guardian, parent, whoever went with him, maybe girlfriend. And went over there and was part of that whole thing. I haven't heard from Cody since he's been there. I don't know how much involved he got with it, but certainly would have been a fantastic experience. And yeah, there he is, right up the sharp end, pointy end again. But there's that Mr. Damon Woods gone right to the front as usual.
Yeah, that usual customer at the pointy end of the field here. Woods goes to the top with a 1:28.7. Caleb Hyde's the second. 0.6 of a second, the gap. Jeez. Caleb Woods is Damon Woods, I should say, is flying as he makes his way through the S's. And then the treacherous turn 5. Look at the exit curve.
Oh, that was very sideways there.
And how much exit curve and runoff he uses coming out of turn 5 as well. Then the bit of a run down to turn 6 before they get hard on the brakes again. Ryan Carlson now, the Carlson Motorsport entry coming onto the main straightaway. He's running a 75 Sim Sports livery. Carlson going to 9th.
And the interesting one here is a newcomer to the series, Timothy Harris, who was second quickest in pre-qualifying. Now, Timothy's sitting back there at the moment in about 10th place, I think he is.
Now, of course, the Formula Ford series does use pre-qualifying, the only series of the championships currently running on FRG that do use this kind of pre-qualifying system. And Timothy Harris actually dropped to 8th in pre-qualifying. How about that?
He's in his Woody van.
Oh, there, the two-tone wood grain. I love that.
Two-tone wood grain. He just needs a couple of surfboards strapped to the roof. He'd be good.
I mean, he must be a pretty fast driver. He's got 3,000 I rating. He managed to be 8th fastest in pre-qualifying, 1:29.5.
Oh, Woods, yeah.
Was your quickest for the 1:29.31.
Because last time I saw the pre-qualifying from last night, I was a little busy. I actually had doing some work for the UK, and I worked right through the night last night, so I didn't see a lot of it, and I'm suffering a little bit now.
Yeah, I know guys like you that love doing that, and
I don't love doing it. I don't love doing it. Actually, I do enjoy doing it because it's great to work on nice big international projects out of your little house in Brisbane, sitting in your shorts and in the sun. It's pretty cool, but it does take its toll when you work those long hours through the night, and I'm struggling now at times to put words together.
How good is the wood grain on that?
It's cool. It's very cool.
I know we've cut away from it though, but I just had to drop that in there as well. Fantastic wood grain appearance on that. Yeah. As Miles comes to a stop there. Caleb Hyde's still circulating. Ewan Baker back in the house as well. The flying Scotsman / Kiwi. Having a fun time here. Ewan carrying into this round. Where does he sit in the championship? Looking at our championship scorings, 12th overall so far.
Beautiful shot of him on our email app today with the for advertising coverage for tonight. Ewan was the star of the a star of the email today. So look, absolutely looks fantastic. He always presents a beautiful looking car, and he drives it just as well.
Yeah, it's great that even Formula Ford Australia are getting behind that. Is that you guys sending the email on behalf of Formula Ford Association, or is that actually FFA getting behind that in Australia as well? Email
No, FFA. It's using the whole FFA system. I think I made a bit of a boo-boo and I stuffed up some of the database and sent it to some people who said no, but apologies from me. That was my personal fault.
Oh, MailChimp. Yes, I know that one.
Yeah,
I do deal with that as well with my work.
But yeah, so it's the FFA MailChimp, but you know, I work with the guys at FFA quite a lot, so I just log in and do what I need to do and shoot at the Phil, and he says, yeah, that looks great, mate, and away we go. They're very excited about this, particularly over some of the people involved, and I'm gonna mention a couple of them here because we got them wrong last time. I've got Ocean Colangelo or Colangelo. I don't know the pronunciation, but I'm going to tell you, young girl, Carter, and she is bloody quick and fantastic. And there she is, 19, in a really top quality field. And she, I will tell you, because I got a message because I mentioned it wrong, and I have to make amends and say that I'll get it right now. She is, I'll tell you. Here we go. She's 12 years old.
12 years old. Wow.
Kart racer. She finished 15th outright at Phillip Island last time out. And I can tell you that I did the Le Mans 24 hours online with a couple of mates in a GTB hypercar, and she was there as well. And mate, she was an absolutely ferocious competitor and drove superbly doing the Le Mans 24 hours at 12 years of age. How good's that? And I just think it's fantastic. So my complete admiration to her, and I hope she has a fantastic run tonight. She's a real talent. She's super quick, and she's very cool, calm, and collected behind the wheel. So fantastic, Oshan. You're welcome here anytime. And another one I'm going to mention, of course, is Oliver Armit, who's out there again tonight. Now, I don't know where Oliver is at the moment in the field.
I just saw him.
There we are, 25th. So he's 25th. Now Oliver is he's a 9-year-old, and he's another kart racer. He's a real talent. He was up to he's running 4th at one stage at Phillip Island. He is super fast, super good, and isn't it fantastic to see young guys like this getting involved with Formula Ford? Okay, it may not be the real thing, but I tell you what, I bet as soon as they're old enough, I can see those guys in their butt in a Formula Ford, and I am thrilled to see that we're able to maybe help make that step for them, help them get au fait with the car and the understanding of racing, and because this is a very, very good simulation.
It is. We've said it time and time again over the last however many weeks that we've been doing this together, Dave, that this is the new grassroots level of motorsport. This is the new affordable package that people can utilize to maximize their enjoyment per dollar and get the most amount of seat time out of what they're spending, to actually have a crack before they make the run and decide whether they want to go and take the plunge into a bigger category or go spend the money to chase a national series and try and get recognition and sponsors. This is where a lot of young drivers are now kicking off their careers, and we're seeing the likes of even Cooper Webster making a big run in Europe right now in like GB3 series and the likes. You know, he got his name and he got his racing skills from this platform and in racing in events just like this. So there's plenty to come from situations like this, and although we seem like we're on the very edge of it right now, it is going to be a big thing in the coming years. And for these youngsters, the likes of Oliver Armit and Ocean Colangelo and everyone else who wants to get involved at such a young age, this is where they're going to really hone their skills, and it's going to give them such an advantage by comparison to kids their same age, 10 years ago who didn't have access to things like this.
It's just race time, Chris. It's race time. Racing with experienced competitors, people who know, have been doing this for a long time and are very wise. And, running in their wheel tracks, you learn stuff. And that's what these guys are out there doing. A real disappointment tonight. Young Aiden Schweikert's not here. He's another one, 12 years old, I think he is. Go-kart racer. His dad's been with us racing F3A for years, and Aiden's a real star of the future as well. So just fantastic to see those guys out here, and I really hope we see them in real Formula Fords very shortly.
Fingers crossed as we look at the starting grid straight out of qualifying. Damon Woods taking the top spot, 128.712. He gets the start on pole, the championship leader. Going toe-to-toe with the best of them, trying to hold on to his top spot. Caleb Hyde starting on the outside front row. Ewan Baker and Andrew Gilliam starting from row number 2, with Cody Deeth in the Williams Esports entry alongside Sean Doyle having a great run in qualifying to row 3. Ben Miles and Tim Harris, the Beige Brigade, starting out at position 8 in row 4, with Caleb Dawson and Brody Shepherd rounding out your top 10. The hot dog, Jack Mara, the Scuderia DSR Snacker Changi entry P11, with Guy Leach for Injectors Online Racing out of P12. As we go further back, Matt Morris there, 14, standing out to me. Mitch Martin, P17. Ocean Colangelo, as you mentioned, Dave, P20. Michael Carew, the Pork Hunt Motorsport entry, P22. Always have to take the risk on that one. David Gallo, Kittens Racing there, P23, with plenty of quick names lining up further down the order as well. We go all the way back down to Gary Watson and Jordan Knockholds, the last two on the grid. Look at the way the cars wrap all the way around the final corner and up the hill towards turn 11 here at Road Atlanta as we get set to go for the heat race. It's a short 15-minute sprint around the 12 turns of this twisting and undulating circuit for round 7 of the RaceKraft Simulations Australian Formula Ford eSeries, powered by FRG Esports.
Now we're just waiting for the lights, and I'm not hearing the revs right. I don't think we get. Do we get sound, Chris? I haven't got any.
No, we don't get sound, but the revs are up.
Oh, they're
getting
up.
Set to go.
Yeah, I can hear them now.
And we are away for the sprint race of round 7 of the Australian Formula Ford eSeries. Thanks to RaceKraft and FRG. Everybody getting away quite nicely from the grid as Woods is going to lead the field towards turn number 1. A little poke out of a nose there from Hyde. Suzuki Baker goes through to P3. And all we're getting 3 wide for the abreast. Oh, and there's a couple of shunters further behind in the very back pack of the field as we head into the S's for the first time.
I can hear car 35 lap 1. I think that's somebody in a bit of trouble back at turn 1. So, yeah, it's always bound to happen. Hopefully that's out of their system for the rest of the evening. But here we see Damon Woods leading away with Caleb Hyde. Stuck. Whoa, that's a big one in the background.
Oh, no.
That's a big one in the background. I don't know who that was.
Jack Mara's one of them. And the Vermilion Sim Sports entry car 16 is the other one. Sam Woodland getting caught up in that.
Oh, I thought it was Ben Miles. I thought, Ben, you've done a fantastic job tonight. Ben's up in 7th place, same livery, and Ben's been on holidays in America doing a bit of I think he's been to see a couple of NASCAR races and a few other things. He's been having a fantastic time. Now he's coming back, and could be a bit race rusty, as a certain Dan Ricciardo says. But mate, fantastic qualifying, 7th place on the grid. So
look at this, Caleb Hyde's going for the look at the chicane. Had to button out of it there as Damon Woods swooped through to hold on to the race lead. Now Andrew Gilliam and Ewan Baker going toe-to-toe. They're 3 wide behind them. And they're not the red. Is off the road. Does he get to rejoin? Yes, he does. How good is that for the opening lap?
That was big. So who's that in 4th place? Car 30 there. That is Cody Deeth, is it?
Andrew Gilliam.
Andrew Gilliam. I'm not reckoning. He's got the livery on. That looks right.
It's still the wrong one, isn't it? It's the blue version. It's the old Altus Esports. So they've changed colours and thrown another livery on him again. Oh, he's wide again. But Gilliam having a good run. At least it looks like it fits the car this time.
Yeah, it does. And there's somebody very, very wide back there as well. These guys are going absolutely 15 tenths on the opening laps. And Ewan Baker has used more road than I've ever seen anybody use. That's not like Ewan. Ewan's usually the Mr. Cool, calm and collected and right on line. He's all over the road tonight. So he's just got to pull the temperature down there, Ewan. Just keep the blood flow going nice and gently. Calm down. I've got to calm down too. That's all a little bit too hectic for an opening lap.
We'll jump on board the Wood Grain Beige Brigade for Tim Harris as he gets a tow, courtesy of Ewan Baker down the long stretch towards the turn 10 Part A and Part B chicane. As Ben Miles just having to go defensive there. Harris needs to tuck in behind him as they come out of the chicane, trying to get on the power early. Quick whip around to behind Dawson and Morris. P9 and 10, Leach and 11 further behind them as they come down the hill. That really shows the undulation.
That's somebody round. Somebody's round coming onto the main straight.
Oh, and they're rolled across the track and they got going.
It's
Yeah,
Sean Doyle.
Wow.
That was a big one.
I'd like to see that again. Oh, right
These
on
things
cue.
are certainly loosey-goosey around here.
Yeah, watch this for Sean Doyle just at the back of the
Little
line.
bit
Just loses it through turn 12. Now, how does he go with the recovery here? He's whipping it around. He actually just threw it left hand down. And oh man. And who was that going through the grass to dodge him? Did they cup any damage?
You got to say,
wall
some superb driving from the guys behind to avoid him there. That was absolutely sensational.
Yeah, well, check this out. Caleb Dawson. He can see the spin. He goes left and
I don't know who went right, who that is down on the right there, but that was a... Oh.
Yeah, who was that? The darted hard right, almost found the pit fence. Sean Doyle managed to get it back underway as oh no, Ollie Armitt, that is bent, and so is
that
Mitch
needs
Martin
a corner
as
weight
well.
stun.
So Martin and Armitt both getting into each other. That's down the back of the circuit. Oh dear, and there's
a lot of them because I can see O'Shan Colangelo involved in that.
Oh dear.
That's about what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars there.
Yeah, and
27
involved there. Wayne Losh, Callan Arthur, Ryan Carlson, all involved there. So this started.
This is. I don't know what's happened here.
Whoa!
5. It's
Yeah, and that's going to bring the safety car. So that does bring out the safety car here in the sprint race from Road Atlanta.
Well, it does. It look at them make it like chicanes. That is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, so how that all kicked off? Well, that's still very early on in the piece, but there's Anthony Marzocco who got cleaned up, and then he gets collected again on the way through.
He's just over the blind crest, isn't he?
Yeah, so watch this here from Marzocco. He comes out of turn 5. The accident's already happened in front of him, and he's got nowhere to go.
Okay, so he is. Who is that? That is car 966. That appears to be the Matt Morris.
Yeah, Matt Morris was one of the early cars caught up in the incident there, and that has just collected so many other cars there. You can see Ollie Armitt on the right of the screen drilling another car, trying to go down for the incident. So what happened here for Matt Morris? We'll watch this. We'll follow that for a little bit.
Oh, that's that big spin.
There was initially the spin from Sean Doyle. Morris was the one who went around it. Now, did Morris find the fence? Because he's rejoined.
I think he has.
Now,
and it looks like he may have a little bit of damage, maybe.
Yeah, watch this. So he heads up into turn 3.
Leach there behind him, is it?
Yeah, that's Leach behind him in the yellow Injectors Online entry. It looks okay through 3 and 4. Then he comes down into the S's. I don't actually think the car's really sporting any damage, but then he seems to lose it or get caught up in another incident coming out of turn 5 here.
He just lost it himself.
Oh, and that has caused a big pile
because of where it is. Oh, look at that. Oh boy. And that's young O'Shan there up against the fence on the right, left-hand side. There is just cars everywhere, isn't there?
That is absolute carnage here in the sprint race.
Yep.
It would take a fair while to clean up. In real life, this would have been a red flag in the real world, but we're lucky with the FRG rules. We get to go under safety car conditions, and they get to all tow back to the pit.
It's one of those awkward places where it's sort of, you're really committed, you can't get off the pedal, and it's over the crest and it's blind. So, when one goes there, it is chaos, as we've just seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Bang on there from Dave Roberts. As this leaves us about to cross over the halfway point in this sprint race, and the whole field backed up. It looks like the safety car, Lockie Capel, has already boogied on out of there. Recently changed his name back to the Australian spelling after last week's efforts.
Lachlan Capel today, it is the...
after last week's efforts in the French countryside, it was Lachlan Capel.
Yes.
He's just Lockie Capel today.
That's all. Lachlan Capel today. I'm here for the French fries.
As we bring the field out of turn 11, waiting for race control's instruction to get back underway here. They make the call when we go green, and that is the call. Damon Woods, did he get caught napping a little bit? Because he is slowed, and they're 2 wide further behind him already, as Deeth and Gilliam going side by side. Deeth's going to try the outside into turn 1 around Caleb Hyde. and he's going to make it stick. He's going to go right up under the gearbox of Damon Woods here. A great piece of restart driving from Cody Deeth. He's going to go to second on the restart. How good?
And Andrew Gilliam's into third, so Caleb Hyde's the big loser out of that. He's gone from second back to fourth place.
And look at the massive scrum going on further behind them as well from fifth and beyond. Ewan Baker holding that from Dawson, Miles Harris, Sean Doyle. What a great recovery after he was spinning down the front straight. He's still P9. And then behind them, Guy Leach holding on to P10. Here's Sean as they head into turns 6. And then the quick, sharp stab of the brakes down a gear into turn 7 before getting on the throttle and settling in for the long haul. Still 100 k's an hour at the apex of the corner at turn 7 as they charge down this long straight.
Long run down here, and the end of it is downhill, so you really start to get a boogie on as you go over this last crest. And it boogies its way down into the chicane with a big opportunity to outbrake and get down the inside of people here, as we're seeing Guy Leach do there on the left-hand side. But no, he's a bit early on the brake, so he's backed out of that, and Leach has left Doyle alone for a minute.
Just for a moment at least, as we grab Ewan Baker. The Scotsman Kiwi just giving the curve a little bit of a touch up through turn 12. Dawson getting really racy behind him. He's even going to go for the look down into turn 1, and they're going to go side by side through this very careful right-hander as they charge back up the hill. Baker holding that inside line. That gives him a slight advantage at the switcheroo here. And Ewan is just going to squeak around on the brakes too to hold on to that position as they come out of turns 3 and 4 and make the run down through the S's.
Trouble is the front four have got away on him a little bit here, and he's not in that tow, and he's going to lose that tow, and it's like he's under attack from everybody behind him because he's not getting that tow from the guy in front. So a bit of a DRS train there without DRS and without... that's a big cloud of smoke in the background there, and I'm sure it's not a barbecue.
Not what you want to see. Mitch
here
Martin.
We go. Mitch Martin.
No, he's but it looks like he's spun and rejoined unscathed. So a lucky break there for Mitch Martin as we go back to the pointy end. Now there's actually 2 cars in that shot. There's Cody Deeth giving a bit of a bump draft to Damon Woods down the long straight. He was giving him the old hurry up. Cody likes to get the elbows out as here goes Andrew Gilliam. He got the double toe from the both of them. Tries to park it up the inside, but can't make it stick. That was a big moment of defensive driving there from Cody Deeth to just swing it down and go too wide through the chicane.
And now Damon Woods is trying to make an escape here. These boys have got to get it together, stop fighting, otherwise he'll be gone.
Gilliam having
I think he's a bit wide on the floor. Caleb Hyde's are getting very high, wide and handsome and bit sideways. Oh, that's a bit... Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
And Gilliam's into him.
Yep, and Damon Woods is disappearing up the road to the tune of about 3 seconds.
Oh, dear. And, oh, no, it's all going to unfold.
Bang.
Yep. Cody Deeth getting beaten from pillar to post as a result of that.
That's not looking pretty.
No, and I would be surprised if this doesn't breed another safety car here, Dave. Although with 3 minutes left to go...
It won't be a safety car.
He just towed straight back to the pits.
Yep. It'll be on a blanket tow, so no safety car.
I'd love to see the replay before the spin here to see whether they actually touched, because I think Cody actually lost it on his own accord. So there's the outside shot of Cody Deeth getting turned around and then getting clobbered by Clear.
I don't think they touched. I don't believe they touched.
This will tell the story. Oh.
No, I think they're both. It's just right on the ragged edge.
Yeah, that was so synchronized. You can't see really a moment of impact, but then right there, Cody is a sitting duck. Just get one up by the rest of the field. 2, 3 gone as a result of that. And Cody, unfortunately, going from challenging for the race win to
looking like a star of botched.
Parked in the pit lane, waiting for the finish to come, and probably can't come soon enough for this man. Damon Woods out front now by over 3 seconds to Caleb Hyde's in second.
Guy Leach and Ben Miles have had a great little run here. They're both of them have held their position, had a really good run through, managed to stay out of trouble. Touch wood. I'm not going to put a curse on you two boys, but you've had a really good... No, I've got one. I'm touching wood. But they've had a really good neat run and stayed out of trouble, which is just what you want to do in the heat race. It's only a 15-minute, it's a sprint race. Just keep it calm and get yourself in position on the grid for the main race. Now, Leach round the outside here, and you can do that 2 abreast round there.
The banking helps significantly through turn there.
And they're giving each other plenty of room. And the old hot dog's in there as well, looking for somewhere to plant his hot dog.
Well, it's a stiff bun and a slippery hot dog tonight for Jack Mara, trying to have a crack there. P10 on the road at the moment. Jason Depp in that lovely TIFF blue, a very, very brightly coloured machine down in P15 at the moment. Just trying to
Mara down the inside here into this. I think. Yeah, so Mara's got through on those 2.
Yeah,
there he is.
Just
someone's ran the background.
Behind.
Locked on. That's not a place. No. Whoa, that was a magic.
Who was that? Whoever that was hacksawing the wheel to get past unscathed. That is an incredible piece of reflex and reactive
driving. Phenomenal.
Meanwhile, Damon Woods is just on a Tuesday night cruise out front with 35 seconds left on the master clock here for the sprint race.
He's just got this unbelievable knack of staying out of trouble. Here we're going to get a replay. Watch this. It is superb. This one, and round we go.
Oh dear, I still want to know who that was that made that happen as well. It was one of the Vermilion or the 75 cars, I think it was.
That was superb. It looked like one of the 75 cars, I think.
Yeah. Beautiful
That
dart.
was a superb bit of driving, really was.
Brilliant stuff as Damon Woods leads away from pole. He was challenged a little bit by Cody Deef before that man ultimately saw his demise in this race. We'll start from the very back come the feature race soon. Caleb Hyde's behind him in second. Ewan Baker holding on to third as your leader charges down the back straight for what should be the final time, Dave, before we lock into pole position for our feature race.
Last time I looked, Andrew Gilliam was in third. Now he's in seventh. Did we miss that?
Well, he was involved in the incident with Cody Deef.
Right.
It did damage his car, and he did drop back through the field, so he's just doing his best at the moment to try and recover as the checkered flag flies for Damon Woods, taking the heat race win. Caleb Hyde's across the line in second. Dawson just getting there for third, beating Baker to the line. Harris in P5, Doyle 6, Gilliam 7 from Jack Mara, Guy Leach, and then Ben Miles rounding out your top 10. And that's just the sprint race, Dave.
That was some serious action in there. That was a superb little bit of avoidance. That really was.
There seems to be another part to this story here for Nathan Verney. No, we're just going to see this again. Look at the field.
Here we go. Here we go. They're both going left, right, and he's sitting there going, please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't.
Here's the last one.
Who is this? It is, big move, superb. So it is one of the 75 Synthwalk cars. I can't pick the number. Blackburn. Absolutely superb. Let's give him a medal. He's my driver of the heat race. What a fabulous piece of avoidance. What
a fantastic run, and a great win by Damon Woods to take the win here in the sprint. Luke just chiming in the background there saying there's no number on the car. It had the blue numbers, but it looked very small, like it didn't actually have an actual number on the car. So a bit difficult to tell who exactly it was that was doing that piece of driving, but it was absolutely brilliant nonetheless. As we catch some of the highlights from that race, and the boys just slimming up on their cool-down lap. Catch a replay here from Stephen Casitas. No, we won't. We'll miss that, and that will drop out on us as the session comes to a close. What a race, though, Dave. That's just the sprint race as well. That merely sets the grid for the feature race. Here's your Heat 1 results then. Damon Woods taking the win from Caleb Hydes and Caleb Dawson. Ewan Baker and Tim Harris rounding out your top 5. Then Doyle, Gilliam, Mara, Leach, Ben Miles rounding out your top 10. Shout out to Jason Depp, home in 14th, moved up 22 spots from his starting position in the sprint race alone. Now, if that isn't the definition of slow and steady wins the race, just getting the job done, I don't know what is, but a great effort and a congratulations and a welcome to the green room to Damon Woods, your heat race winner.
Evening, lads. How we going?
Mate, pretty good after that. What a race that was. You're getting pretty feisty out there.
Yeah, once again, I just got to the front and the chaos ensued behind me. So, yeah, I just had to drive to the end.
You seem to have that knack. What we're going to do next round is we're going to tell you to go to the rear, and we're going to see how well you fare from there on in as well. We'll just drag in Caleb Hides as well. But a great effort for you, mate. You had that little bit of a challenge with Cody for a little bit there, but then he came unstuck, and you didn't need to worry about it after that.
Yeah, so you got a bit. Who are we talking here?
You go ahead, mate.
Come on, boys. You've done enough arguing on the track. Don't argue in the box.
He wasn't saying very nice things to me in Discord, so...
But no, I saw Cody got a bit loose through 1, and I saw that him and Gillian were side by side going to 3, which is always a pinch point on this track. So it's either they're going to come out alive, but a bit further behind where I'd break at the toe. But unfortunately, they came together, and yeah, I got a gap, and Caleb got through in the process.
A great effort, nonetheless, to grab the win. You get the pole for the feature race. We'll let Caleb have his piece now, because a great result, nonetheless. Caleb, second place, just trying to steer clear of the carnage.
Yeah, it's all right. The others bent up their pixels, so I was able to go through and get a decent result. So not bad.
What's the plan for the feature then? More of the same, trying to just hang on and stay out of trouble?
Oh, mate, I'll be hanging on hard, but we'll see how it goes.
I think it's time you gave that wood bloke a serve.
Yeah, I must have something jammed in my throttle or something that keeps it off, so I can't seem to... I'm always half a second off every lap, so something's wrong.
I'll give you one free pass to fix it up, Caleb.
Yeah, okay. What, a wrecking pass, or...?
Yeah.
Great job to both of you there. We'll let you guys scoot on back to the sim, and you guys can get ready for the feature race coming up very soon here. Best
Thanks
of luck.
very much.
Cheers.
That looks like another new entrant to the series. I haven't seen Samuel Lambert before, and I haven't seen that livery before. The car looks great, and hopefully he's having a good time tonight.
Yeah, Sam Lambert hasn't scored any points in the championship so far, so it's great to have newcomers still jumping into the series, even up until round 7 tonight, in the only of the 3 series that runs on FRG's schedule right now that does have open qualifying for every round. It's still great to have newcomers coming in and getting a taste of what racing with FRG is like, because it is one of the most respected open wheel leagues on the surface, especially in Australia and the Oceania region, and a lot of fun for everyone who gets involved, which is why it's been so popular, Dave.
Yeah, so and next time out, which is the 31st of October, we're at the New Zandvoort with the banking, Chris. That'll be fun to watch.
Oh yes, the very new banking. Are we doing that in Formula Ford, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
because they didn't release Pukekohe in time, so we thought we'd go to Holland instead.
Yeah, couldn't afford the ticket to New Zealand, so we might as well fly into Europe.
As you do.
Instead. As we get the flyover from Luke over the top of Road Atlanta. There you can see some of the great curves and the hills that make up this fantastic circuit.
It is. I've got a couple of friends who've sort of been there and done some spectating, and they all say it is one of the most beautiful circuits to go to in America. To just stand there and watch, it is. There's just some such picturesque. If you stand up on the hill outside of Turn 7 or whatever that is, where the big pile-up was, and you look back up the hill and you see them come over the top and through the S's on the way down the hill, they just say it is absolutely fabulous circuit to watch.
It would be a great place to go for the Petit Le Mans as well, to see the sports cars ripping around such a short circuit with such a big field of cars. Would always be a great time. It's great fun to drive in the iRacing service as well, even if the scan is probably a little bit dated by now. It's getting a bit on in its age, but still a great race on.
Probably need to renew, and I think that is on the cards. I think they are working on it, I believe.
I did see some rumours of that too, actually, so I'll stand with you on that one. I do believe that we'll be eventually getting a rescan or a refresh of Road Atlanta as we check out your starting grid for the feature race here at round 7 of the RaceKraft Simulations Australian Formula Ford eSeries powered by FRG Esports. Damon Woods and Caleb Hides on row 1, Caleb Dawson and Ewan Baker on row 2, Tim Harris and Sean Doyle on row 3, Andrew Gilliam, Jack Mara joining him on row 4, Guy Leach and Ben Miles on row 5. Ty Blackburn and Chris Barnes on the 6th row of the grid there. Mick Aarons and my driver of the day so far, Jason Depp, up 22 spots from his starting position in the sprint is going to be red hot to watch, to see if he can just survive and just stay there in this feature race, Dave.
Yep, that would be an achievement in itself, wouldn't it?
For a lot of people, I'm sure. As we look down the order, you can see there, Cody Deeth starting out of position number 39 in a 30-minute sprint race. It's going to be a big task cut out for him because he's somewhere over the hill at the back of the shot.
Little over 1 person per minute. We're fine.
Yeah.
It's achievable.
Yeah,
and I think Cody's got the talent to get himself from the back of the grid well up.
I'm
so
sure
look at him starting back on that hill, way back up on the hill.
Way back there. There's a slow starter back there on the in the field as well, as everyone gets away for a green for 30 minutes of racing. Woods and Hydes going side by side.
Now,
Baker trying to go
everybody
around
be
the
good through here, please.
And as we climb the hill for the first time into turns 3 and 4.
We got one. I think Chris Barnes is in the fence at turn 1.
Oh dear! Oh, and there's more carnage at turn 2.
That's another one.
And on the way to turn 3, that is a tanked car. It was a tanked car going backwards there. It was Chris Barnes down 39th, showing on our overall timing as the whole field snails their way through. Oh no, there's Jason Depp. What did I say? Driver of the day just needs to survive, and he's watching the whole field go past.
He loves you right now.
I'm sure he does, as your leader's getting after it here. Hyde's using lots of the road on the exit of turn 7, trying to maximise the straight line speed to stay in touch with Damon Woods, who's behind him. They're going to go 3 wide. It's Gilliam, Harris and Doyle going 3 wide down the back straight, and Gilliam's on the outside here. This is going to be a bit racy for him.
I think if I was Andrew, oh no, he's got through on the front of it, so...
Yeah, Harris backed out, and Andrews through clean.
Pretty neat racing. They all sort of decided that it was a bit early to get serious. We're on board here with Wayne Losh.
Yeah, he was caught up in that big incident on the exit of turn 5.
There's cars everywhere. Yeah, they're 2 abreast. There's 4 of them in front of him. How do you pick a line to go past anyone? There's just cars everywhere you want to go.
Well, at this point, it's merely just reactive driving, responding to the movements of the cars around you. As we've been called a safety car from race control. Yeah. So what's the reason behind calling a safety car? I'm sure Luke's on the JOB trying to find it for us. But Wayne Losh was there. That might be it there.
Lachlan might have got bored and needed a hot lap. Here we go. That's not looking pretty. Callan Arthur bringing that in. That's a mess.
Yeah. Callan was... I think he was the second tanked car to get caught up. As
that might be our problem. There's one there stuck on the road. It does look a bit bad. There's wheels there. Oh, look at all the bent bits everywhere. And there's another one in the middle of the road. And there's one, and there's a pig hunter.
Oh, Michael Carew. He's not having a good night, is Michael?
No, pig chase.
The flying pig there, unfortunately, caught up in an incident again here in the feature race, and that brings the safety car out. For those new to watching the stream or new to FRG's rules and regs, hold on one sec, we'll bring you the crash here. What caused this? This was Ollie Armitt coming up behind. Oh dear. Oh, okay.
So somebody's in the middle of the road there.
Yeah.
And Guy Leach, unsighted on that, has not expected somebody to jump on the brake so early. There's somebody in the middle of the road. Why were they in the middle of the road?
This is what's caused it.
Look, it's happened.
Oh dear. Oh dear. The 275 SimSports cars. Bit of friendly fire, and that is and then Ollie Armitt just rammed it through.
Yeah, well, completely unexpected and unsighted, so that does happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, for all of the parties involved there, no one really getting a win. We'll see that.
Wave buys or lucky dogs are available in this race, and they can get back on the lead lap and come back through from the back again. So that's a pretty good view out the back there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's off the back of the Sandcroper SimSport car, Grant Johnson, who managed to get away from the crash.
Oh, look at that.
So that's Stephen Cassidis, who spun in a really awkward spot. I'd like Luke.
It's a very strange place to spin.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of that. So Luke's going to take us back here.
He's got on the grass on the outside.
It does look like that. He
got a wheel on the grass on the outside here. So you have a look. He's actually come through there and see he's got wide, got a wheel on the grass, and actually lost it. That's a crazy way to lose it. Anyway.
Yeah. Cassetta's probably feeling a little bit red-faced after that one now. So, there you see Ollie Ahmet just bombing it in, unfortunately caught up.
Yeah, you see he's unsighted. And,
you are for Ollie Ahmet.
Yeah. I'll take a ride on the wild side.
Oh, dear. What an unfortunate...
Completely unsighted, as I said. Popping the toe on the car in front, and the car in front's gone, oh, there's someone in the middle of the road, I'll lift off. And... Oliver's had a lift off of his own.
Well and truly. Couldn't have put it better myself, Dave. Wow, that's a very unfortunate series of events in the opening laps there. And for the second time tonight, Lockie Capel getting out there in the FRG Aston Martin safety car.
Lachlan Capel is at the safety car again.
Is that a South Georgian accent? Where are we?
I don't know.
That is. We are in Hall County, Georgia. So, I'm sure. I thought you knew what a Georgian accent was.
I wouldn't have a clue.
I was relying on you for that one.
So, wave bys, the guys going through on the left-hand side there, on the right-hand side of the road, are doing the wave bys. So they'll be waved past the safety car to join back on the tail of the field.
What happened here for Jason Depp? Oh,
he's just lost it. He just lost it. Not a place you want to go round.
No.
Yep, roll it back off the road. That's pretty nicely done, actually.
He actually got pretty close to the back of one of the Kittens racing entries. As, this was looking pretty... 79, that was Ollie Ahmet getting caught up at the start there. Watch this. Rode a wheel.
He's doing a bit of that. He's certainly doing a bit of that tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he just didn't quite get the memo of rolling off the gas in traffic into turn one.
Yep.
Young Ollie.
Hey, it's better they learn that here than they do out in the real world.
Yeah. Here, there's only a few people who will probably be a bit upset with you. In the real world, you have to pay the bill afterwards as well.
Absolutely, and those bills can be quite large.
I've definitely felt that pain in my my single-seater career.
So it looks like we've got another lap under the safety car, and then we should be good to go, I think.
So this will see us get a restart with about 22 minutes to go, probably 21, closer to that here for the feature race.
Yeah, and of course, no pit stop in the Formula Ford race.
No,
we don't
dry brake refuel, so they'll just go all the way with the tank of gas that they do have. I wonder though, Dave, can anyone actually challenge Damon Woods here? Does anyone have outright pace to get it done? Caleb Hydes, we heard in the interview, openly admitting that Damon's got half a second a lap on him.
Yep. On the record, no, I don't think anyone can touch Damon around here. He's very, very tuned into this this iRacing Ray Formula Ford. I bet he wishes he was that tuned into his real Formula Ford race car, but he's certainly got the package with that car, and it just suits him, suits his driving, and he's just magic in it.
Yeah.
And I don't see anybody there with the pace there tonight. A half a second gap. In qualifying, that's unheard of. Half a second gap to the leader, and a half a second covered the next 20.
But how about best presented tonight as well? Going to Tim Harris with the beige brigade,
Woody van,
Asian proud, the wood panel, giving it the love. It's looking fantastic. It's so Woody.
It's Woody. I think we need to replace the beige and proud with the Woody.
Oh, that's fantastic. Tim Harris out here making it happen. He's even gone the whole 9 yards. Can we get a shot of his onboard? What does his suit look like? He's got the wood grain helmet. What's his suit look like that he's wearing as well? He's actually got the Evil Knievel going on.
Yeah, but we needed a legend. We really needed the Woody outfit.
If he had been wearing the sheriff's outfit, it would have just topped it off, or even something beige to stick with it as well. Great effort from Timothy Harris, bringing a bit of love and a bit of fun to Formula Ford Australia eSeries, brought to you by RaceKraft Simulations. Tim's in sixth right now. Started out at P5.
Looking there on the side of Damon Wood's side pods, aviation components. There are a couple of friends of mine, good friends of mine, who own Aviation Components, and they're supporting Damon with his real world racing and his online racing, which is fantastic to see. And you won't find nicer people than Paul, who runs Aviation Components. Just a absolutely superb bloke. If ever you need your sort of some bits for your aircraft,
We're back in green flag, and look at this, 3 wide behind your leader.
Right.
And there's another spinner further behind on the straight as well, but how's this? Hides trying to get up the inside and get his nose in front. I think they actually all managed to get through cleanly after that one, as Ewan Baker getting shuffled back there. Gilliam going to P5, Dawson into P4 as they come down through the S's after the restart.
A little bit of wheel banging, a little bit of nudgy. In that run, that was a bit scary for a second. It's almost like Caleb Hikes is running shotgun here for Damon Woods. I think
they were in the Discord together, so it wouldn't put it too far past, would you?
No, so
your mates.
Caleb, either go get him or get out the way.
I know that back in the day in the F3A series, Gianni Lutsu and I used to do that all the time, racing together with the RaceKraft simulations team. He would usually be the faster one, and I'd be left to play rear gunner, but there was an odd occasion where I'd give him a scare, or I'd be able to stay in front. But you always look after your mates.
Down the inside here. Ewan got the run down the inside. Oh, that was big and late.
That's a big...
very nice move, though. So let's see if we can see. Oh, there's somebody round on the way down there again. There's 2 more around the same thing as before.
Yeah, and that's another broken car, the 14 entry. Brant Johnson this time caught up. We watched him, he got through clear last time.
I think he's now called Bent Johnson.
Poor guy. Stuck there at the turn 10 chicane here. Look at this, Baker under a big assault effort from Caleb Hides as they head into turn 3. Make the run down through the S's.
If you can get a little break here and get Caleb off his tail, he can actually have a clear run and putting some fast laps together and maybe getting a little pressure up onto Damon Woods, but he needs to get clear of Damon and stop fighting.
Check this out. Watch this. On the slow-mo, Luke's on the job. Ewan Baker sideways on the way into the corner. He's
beautiful. Beautiful. This is the only car in iRacing that you can do that with.
Well, it's the only car that, of any of the cars that I see on iRacing, that's theoretically designed to do that, except for, you know, sprint cars and street stocks and like. But Formula Fords are designed to rotate like that. That's how you have to drive them. The throttle is a light switch, and the wheels better be moving. The hands on the wheel better be moving quickly. As speaking of moving quickly, Caleb Hides just had a little look. But how late is Ewan Baker under brakes right now down into turn 10?
Always having a ball, aren't they? And the hot dog's back in the train as well. Don't ever underestimate Jack Mara. He never stops coming.
On board with the hot dogs. Got a rear DSR Snackachangi entry. Just having a look-see on the wood grain of Tim Harris, Beige Brigade. The hot dog's going to get up the inside this time by. Harris is going to do the smart thing and let him go through. And that elevates Jack Mara up into P7. He's always a strong finisher. He's had some pretty decent runs with the Formula Ford Championship. Mara sitting 10th in points with a best result of 9th overall. So this could be one of his best results so far in the championship here at the 7th round.
I see someone back against the wall there. Yes, there's a 75 SimSports card there over against the wall. Mick Aarons.
Just missing a front nose box and some very bent up front suspension. I wish the wishbones actually crumpled like that in real life. It would save a lot of money. Typically manufactured out of ERW furniture tubing. They're that thin that you look at them the wrong way and they fold up around the vehicle, turning your race car very quickly into a canoe. As Harris safe for the moment for the next challenge, but behind him it's on Blackburn and Guy Leach going side by side down the long back straight.
Oh boy, they're getting a bit close. Now, I did see Baker right in the toe of Damon Woods. Can he? No. Yes, somebody's in front of. It's Caleb Hides has grabbed the lead, Chris. He's done that. I told him to send it, and he did.
Caleb Hides, he's made it happen, and he's getting out front. Now, can he actually run away with it?
Oh, Damon just doesn't leave you alone, does he? So Caleb's got the toe off Ewan Baker, and he's managed to pull the double toe here. He's boxed Baker in behind Damon Woods. So Ewan can't go anywhere. Use the toe and pop the lot of them. Nice bit of driving, Caleb. Lick that stamp and send it, baby.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with how late he's been able to get on the brakes as well. Ewan Baker pulling off the same in the earlier laps, but Damon almost a sitting duck here, just looking to go side by side.
Back through. One corner later, and Damon's back through to the lead again.
How quickly the move can be undone here, but now look, Hides has Damon in his sights.
A bit of a gap to Baker, but if he gets a good run out here, that little gap will be very handy to allow him to use the toe. But Hyde's right on the tail of Woods. Come on, Caleb, send it, baby.
Caleb having that look there.
Nothing against you, Damon. Nothing against you, Damon. Love your work, but it's about time somebody else took a trophy.
Now here, Caleb's gotten in front, but has he gone too early? Because Damon holds the inside line. And look at in the background here. We've got Dawson and Gilliam getting involved in the fight. It's a five-way battle at the halfway point here of the feature race. Andrew Gilliam at the tail end of that group in P5. He wants a piece of the action as well.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm enjoying seeing Caleb actually taking it to Damon round here. I think Damon's got more pace, but you just got to be wise. Jack Mara under attack, left, right and centre there. Cars everywhere. Mirrors full of cars. So, very quick through there goes Jack. Hopefully he hasn't. That was a super effort on the blind right-hander at the top of the hill.
Yeah, it's a well-used hot dog by the end of this race. I'm sure it'd be bouncing off of all of those curves as Hides has to get on the defence a little bit.
I see smoke back there.
Oh, yes, you did. Guy Leach.
Yep.
Online racing off the road at turn 5.
Caleb off the road. Caleb's off the road. Caleb Hides off the road at the double right-hander and has let Damon Woods back through, and now Baker's down the inside of him as well. Boy, oh boy.
See this from Guy Leach spinning at turn 5. Now what happened with Caleb Hides? I'm sure Luke's going to get us the replay here because Hides is buried back in that.
Now we're 3 wide and
3 wide down the back straight. Woods on the inside. He's going to button out of it there, and Ewan Baker's going to get through. Does he, though? No, it's going to be Caleb Dawson grabbing the race lead. Baker goes back to second.
Beautiful move by Caleb Dawson.
He's pulled it off. Now he holds that very tight inside line. He's going to get pinched onto the front straight here. We'll take a moment and see if we can catch the replay. No, that's Matt Morris. We don't want to see that.
Here we go. See, here's Hides off the road at the double right-hander. Whoa.
And he got away with it. Meanwhile, a drive-through penalty being issued to Cody D for causing an incident on lap number 1. We go back to your race lead. Ewan Baker got back around Dawson through turn 1, and now the Kiwi leads.
And now we've got Damon Woods. He's back in 4th. I don't think he's ever seen 4th on the road.
He's in uncharted waters here in the FF series.
And it's so hard to get through when they're battling because they get too wide. And it's really hard to get past when they're side by side. There's no room left.
This is better racing, I say now, Dave, than what we saw at Monza for this series as well. And that was incredible sharp racing.
This is a really good circuit for Formula Fords. They've run the SCCA runoffs here a number of times with Formula Fords, and I've seen it some of the videos, and it's just superb. Here we go. So we're now at 2 abreast. Here we go, 3 abreast, and Damon Wood's sitting back here going, well, where's the room for me, boys?
Yeah, he's getting a mega tow while they do that, though. Who's going to be the first to flinch down at turn 10? It's going to be Andrew Gilliam.
Down the inside.
The inside. No, Dawson's trying to stay there. Dawson's going to get the inside line coming off of 10B. And Gilliam now has the outside. He's almost going to get hung out right here. Here comes Damon Woods on the outside.
This is just superb. So we're now, oh, God, I don't know who's where. This is just crazy. So we're 3 abreast down the front straight now.
This isn't going to work, boys. This is not going to work. Dawson's going to slip through here. Gilliam had to check a little bit into turn 1. Woods just does not know where to park the car at the moment. He's just waiting for someone to give him an opening.
I'm really impressed with Caleb Dawson. He's just absolutely... I'm not giving this up, boys. I've got the lead, and now I've got it. I'm not giving it up. And he is driving like a man possessed there out in front. Absolutely superb.
having a great run. Meanwhile, this battle's going out front. Ocean Colangelo up to P19, moving up 12 spots. Just grabbing Ocean on screen, the youngster, making it happen out here. Up 12 spots, up 18 spots. In front of her is Matt Morris. Up 33 spots, not a real big surprise, is Cody Deeth, although he does have that drive-through penalty for causing the incident on lap 1 there. You can see he's up to P6 out of P39 on the starting grid. Oh, there's one backwards, Cody Carlson. Oh, my heart was in my mouth for a minute. I thought it was Caleb Dawson, but Caleb's involved in this fight as now Gilliam goes past. Dawson is on the outside, and 3 wide again.
I think this time, I think... No.
Baker. It's Baker. He's got the run. He's got the drive off the outside. And Caleb's trying to figure out where to park the 75 Sim Sports entry. 21. Oh, Baker runs him wide. Almost into the side of Andrew Gilliam, who leads.
And Damon Woods is there, and he's going, I just can't find a way through. The road is just full of cars.
He might be trying to find his way through now. He's just slipped just clear of Dawson.
It's a bit wide.
And he's going to put Dawson down a spot. Baker's checking up on the exit of turn 3 now.
Andrew Gilliam's made a little break here, Chris. He's got 2-3 car lengths.
It's only
That's a huge break.
The toe is going to get eaten up like crazy. Check out the replay here. Watch this as they go through.
This is nuts.
Watch how wide Ewan Baker runs as they come up through. At turn 3 is gone. He's finally realised there's a corner there, and he's hit every panic button that he has and somehow checked the car up for the corner. Because they're going to go through these right-handers and hit that back stretch.
So Andrew Gilliam in that beautiful Altus Esports livery out in front for the first time tonight. And it's great to see him running out the front there. He's taken it. He's probably one of the few guys who's really taken it to Damon Woods this year. And he's taken 2 wins off him, so, from what I remember. Now Woods, look at that smart. He's popped into the toe. He's down the inside. And my money is Woods has just got the lead back, I think.
Yeah, for now, but look at the pack that is closed up onto the back of these guys while they've been fighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars all glued together here. There is a ton of them as they come down through turn 12. This is pack racing at its finest. It's like a European kart championship right now.
It is.
Road Atlanta, 3 wide down the main straight again.
Mate, who wouldn't want to be out there and involved in this? This is just some of the best racing you'll ever see on iRacing.
Oh, my.
It is absolutely superb. Damon Woods back to 3rd again. So now we've got Gilliam from Baker, from Woods, Caleb Hyde's all over the bloody road. Caleb Dawson, who was absolutely doing a cracker job out in the lead, is back to 5th.
Yeah, it's Cody Deeth who was all over the road too. Remember,
it was. But how's Cody Deeth in 4th? I thought he had a drive-through.
Well, he hasn't served it yet, I don't think. He can't have served it yet. So he's going to be back there still. And he's, I mean, if he doesn't serve it at some point in the race, he's going to cop the time penalty post-race, which will push him further down the order. At the moment, he's in the mix with these guys in front of his teammate, Caleb Hydes, who was fighting for the lead earlier.
Whoop, 23, that's Ben Miles round. Ben's had a good night tonight. Pity to spoil it with that little misdemeanor. But anyway, back to the front we go.
So down the back straight, down into turn 10. This time, Deeth having a big look up the inside.
With a huge dive down the inside.
And he chipped it up.
How did anybody get through there with that late on the brakes? Caleb, was it Hyde or was it Deeth? It was so late on the brakes. That was just phenomenal.
A brilliant move from Cody Deeth. He's gone from the back to the front tonight. Now, he does have the penalty that I'm sure he's going to be reminded very soon that he does have to serve in this race, but he doesn't care about it right now because he has just made up 39 spots to go to the front. And he's got in front of Gilliam, Woods and Ewan Baker, who we're right on board with right now, down into the S's, watching this unfold. And Deeth is actually trying to make a run for it here.
Maybe he can pull out a pit stop.
Imagine. If he could pull out the gap to get the pit stop and get back out in front in the next 6 minutes, you can colour me pink well and truly. He might have to rely on a fair bit of fighting from the guys behind him as they come through turns 6 and 7. He is using every inch of the road and then some at the back of the racetrack there for Cody Deeth, your leader. This is
Look
where
at this pack, Chris. We've been at this for 25 minutes. Look at the pack at the front, and there's a cigarette paper between all of them. It's
there's
crazy.
11 cars, count them all, Dave, in that battle pack, including Mitch Martin, who's up 13 spots. Cody Death's battle pack up 38 spots. And
Can we just forget all the other series and do this every week?
How good is this? This time Gilliam going toe-to-toe with Woods. Ewan Baker trying to figure out where he can park his nose in there as well. So they come out from underneath the bridge and down into turn 12. 5 minutes 25 to go through 12, and Gilliam gets his nose in front, but Ewan Baker's going to have to try and thread through the middle here.
This is just craziness. It's so good, and they're all of them giving room. It is just beautiful racing. These guys are absolutely first class, world class. I want an international race. Can we just have an international race and bring all these boys to show them what Australia's really worth? Because these guys are doing a sensational job.
Now the fighting behind him has allowed Damon Woods to open up the gap. He is setting chase after Cody Death because I think he's finally woken up and gone, hey, hang on a minute, these guys are fast. And he's finally broken away from this group, trying to get after Death out front, but he's already lost 0.6 of a second. That's pretty much
is in the pits.
So
Death is in the pits. He made his point, he got to the lead, he made a little break, and he made his point. And a good point was made. And he's now in the pits serving his penalty. So now we've got Damon Woods, and he's made that break. So we've got Woods, Baker, or Gilliam, Baker, Hides, Dawson.
Was actually, pulled for not serving his drive-through. So he went from the back to the front, proved his point, and then got subsequently pulled from the server for not obeying the rules.
There we go. He's been DQ'd for not serving a drive-through. I do feel sorry for him. He did make his point. Wasn't probably what you should be doing, but added to the spectacle as far as I'm concerned.
Sure did, but that's left Damon Woods in the position. And maybe he saw that coming. He saw what was about to happen, decided, you know what? If I can just get clear of these guys, I'm home free, because they're still battling behind him for second and third. Gilliam and Baker going toe-to-toe through turn 1 as they climb up through 2. Hides is hot on their heels as well. They're going side by side into the blind cresting corners here at Road Atlanta. This is insanity.
So how does Woods always pull this off? He's made a break again.
And he's out by 2 seconds now over Andrew Gilliam.
Because they're fighting.
And they are still fighting as well. Watch this. I'm sure Baker's going to still have another crack at him here. They are just getting after it, and I'm sure they're grinning from ear to ear. Look at the battles going on further behind as well. Mara under
the Doyle Mara Dawson battle is fabulous. They're side by side. They're all over the road. Here's Baker back up the inside of Gilliam, and that's Hyde still. They're just everywhere. It's craziness. But these boys, I bet they've all got a grin from ear to ear. I know I would if I was in the middle of this.
Oh, I'd be right in there with plenty of
look at
plenty of action.
The nose up the inside of the wheels.
Oh, Baker, they're really flirting with danger here at Road Atlanta, with the netcode especially in the iRacing platform. They're going too wide through the chicane. Sean Doyle's going to get a brilliant drive off of turn 10 here. He's going to pull alongside with Andrew Gilliam. Gilliam's going to get the momentum down the hill and carry that momentum through turn 12, but has to get what? And Doyle squeaks through just at the line. 2 minutes 15 to go, and I'm sure about 5 more. Oh no!
Someone's off.
No!
That's Baker. That's Baker. Baker is gone.
Oh, unbelievable!
How unfortunate. How unfortunate.
What happened? How did that all happen? Down into turn 1.
Oh, that was really weird. What happened there?
Yeah, I need to see that again from a different angle there to see what happened for Baker, but it looks like he turned in.
Oh, he's got touch from behind.
And
he's got a touch from behind.
Rear.
Yep. Oh. Such a gentle touch, such a pity. There we go. It's a tiny touch.
And it broke the right rear and sent Ewan Baker off the road. That's such an unfortunate way to end the night of racing.
That was Sean Doyle that touched him there. So Doyle's now up to third, but mate, I'm not sure about that one. He might have a little bit of trouble with that one with the stewards. Or
we'll leave it with in the capable hands of the stewards here at FRG. We're probably reviewing that right now with 1:15 to go. Anthony Marzocca just on screen. He was getting caught up in a bit of action as well down at turn 7. He's locked in a battle with Carlson. Morrison Leach with David Gallo in there in P10 as well as we go back to Gilliam, who's moved his way up to P3 now, putting Doyle back to P4.
well, at least we can breathe for a second. Last white flag burn. He's got the white flag out, but at least I can breathe, Chris.
Yep.
Whew, I'm exhausted.
You can take a breath out of that one, as it looks like it might just settle down just for a moment here on this final lap of Road Atlanta for the 7th round of the RaceKraft Simulations Australian Formula Ford eSeries, powered by FRG Esports. Andrew Gilliam powering his way through to try and grab himself a podium result. But Damon Woods, once again, Dave, just proving this is going to be his 5th round win of the championship. At only the 7th stop, he's never finished lower than 3rd. Oh, no.
That's Leach, upside down, all over the place.
Oh,
whoa, that's a huge one. Oh, he's off the road. It won't be a safety car because we're inside the last 3 seconds of the race, so...
What a big accident there for Guy
That was
Leach,
huge.
unfortunately, and that is going to send him for a big ride.
I think it was Guy Leach.
Yeah, it was Guy Leach, the Injectors Online entry, as we just saw Ewan Baker sneaking his way through the incident there as well, still trying to consolidate a P13 result. Baker really was on for a good run tonight.
Still a huge battle here for second between Gilliam and Hides and Doyle.
They're still going at it as you
they're still side by side, as they have been for the last. And there's Doyle. He's coming up. He's going to try and steal this away from them.
But it's going to be Damon Woods who grabs the win here for round 7. But a drag race is on for the remaining.
So it's Hides from Doyle, Gilliam, and Dawson. That was and I think Caleb Dawson, got the fastest lap on the last lap.
He did too. 128.770 for Caleb Dawson. How was the battle at the end there for those 4 cars all racing it to the line, glued together for those podium spots? Watch this again. Down into turn 10, Dave. Gilliam goes to look up the inside of Caleb Hides. Checks up in the apex of the corner. Caleb holds the outside line, knowing he gets the inside drive at the next turn, then immediately parks it on the inside white line, boxes Dawson in. Gilliam fancies a run around the outside, but cannot get there, and they're going to be glued to each other as they come across the line.
Mate, if you're sitting here watching this and you race Formula Fords on iRacing, don't watch it next week or next round. Get off the couch and get involved, because this is the best racing you will ever get involved in.
Yep, this is bona fide the best action you will get involved with in the iRacing server.
Bar that's a big one from Guy Leach.
The monumental accident there from Guy Leach. That is a massive one and an unfortunate way to end his night. But by and large, Dave, the best racing I have ever seen on the iRacing server. This should go to iRacing Top 10.
What? I don't disagree, Chris. I do not disagree. There's just some superb racing out there, and the guys are so good. They give each other room. That's the thing. There's not, you go on a live server on iRacing and you punt it off on turn 1, turn 2 again, turn 3 the next one, you punt it again on turn 4. These guys are not doing that. They're giving people room. They're racing. And it's just superb racing. The best racing you'll get.
It sure is, as there's a check of your final results. Damon Woods, once again the victor in the RaceKraft Simulations Australian Formula Ford eSeries powered by FRG. A winning margin 4.1 seconds over Caleb Hides, who ran a beautiful night of racing to come home in second. Sean Doyle, the white knuckle racing, was absolutely white knuckle, death gripping the wheel to grab third at the end there in a drag race that was a winning margin of less than half a tenth of a second over Andrew Gilliam at the line. Check this out behind the results screen there on the slow motion replay, dragging it to the line. What a finish. That leaves Andrew Gilliam across the line in 4th, Caleb Dawson in P5, Jack Mara P6, Mitch Martin in P7. From Ty Blackburn, Tim Harris and David Gallo for Kittens Racing. David Gallo up 5 spots. Anthony Marzoka in 11, up 17 spots. Nathan Verney in the Locked On Lads iRacing entry, up 21 spots from where he started. A very solid result for the feature race here at round 7 of the series.
Absolutely superb. I thoroughly enjoyed that, Chris. If I wasn't commentating, I would have been watching. That was absolutely fabulous. Great to see. And I love that the guys all present their cars so beautifully. Look at those liveries out there and everything. It really is the one of the best series on iRacing.
It definitely is, and I'll be with you as well. If I wasn't commentating, I'd be trying to race in it, and probably end my night bitterly disappointed because I definitely can't keep up with these kids. As we'll grab your top 3 and bring them into the broadcast studio. Congratulations once again for the 5th time this season, going to Damon Woods.
Thanks very much, Chris. Once again, I just got lucky that the boys behind decided to fight, and I was able to get away.
I think you got lucky. Your mate Cody Deeth kind of stormed his way through and gave you an opportunity, and you don't need a second chance there.
No, if I've got the opportunity, I'll take it with both hands, and yeah, I managed to do that then and paid out.
You must have some horrible bad luck ahead of you somewhere.
Don't say that, Dave. We don't want that. I don't want that at all. I want to keep it clean to the end of the season so I can.
I'm so disappointed. Caleb promised me he was going to lick the stamp, send it, and send you, and he didn't do it.
Oh, well, I tried and I got on the lead, and then I was doing some left-right sort of things and ended off in the grass at before the main straight. So
Mate, I did see that. We were saying you're doing a lawn mowing. I'd go and hit up Jim's Mowing for some sponsorship on Monday. I would, Caleb.
Yeah, well, look, I would, but my resume is not that impressive so far. So
that was some of the best racing from all of you.
It's pretty good, wasn't it?
It was close.
Far out. No, it was good. That was yeah, good fun. I enjoyed it. All 3, not just the 3 of us, but everyone that was up there, Gilliam.
It was such a pity. Unfortunately, Ewan Baker just got a little bit of a touch there, and unfortunately, Ewan didn't deserve that. And you know, it does happen when you're racing that close. And I'm sure he would say the same thing. But it was a bit of a pity that he couldn't join the party at the end because he'd done a beautiful job during the race as well.
Yeah, I couldn't believe we had a little
throwing the toys at each other, so you know, it was a bit wild, but it was alright.
And no misdemeanor from anybody else. When you're racing that close, it's gonna somewhere along the line, somebody is gonna touch somebody, you know. But that was absolutely superb, boys. Great effort. And
context there, Dave. But the racing was red hot. We just saw the little replay action there. For you, Sean, on that little touch you gave Ewan Baker into turn 1. Talk us through it, mate.
Look, the racing was that close. I thought it would have happened sooner or later with someone in the front pack. Yeah, you know, it was unlucky. I feel so bad for it.
Yeah, no, mate. Yeah. If you've got 9 cars racing wheel to wheel for that many laps, somebody's going to touch somebody, and it's just it's unfortunate. It does happen, but yeah, fabulous effort from you. Had the lead there for a little bit, buddy.
Just for a little bit. The first race I had a massive spin sideways, so you know, it is what it is. It was a great race tonight by all.
Plenty of fun in the Formula Fords, I'm sure. We got a little bit messy in the broadcast room, but your provisional podium stands: Damon Woods, Caleb Hydes, and Sean Doyle. We'll let them all have their thank yous. We'll start with Sean in 3rd across the line in the feature race. Who do you have to thank for that?
Look, Provoked Apparel, Vermilion Motorsports, IBD Vinyl Co., and that's about all my family and my teammates Brody and Millsy. Great job. And all you guys are putting on an unreal broadcast and all that sort of stuff, boys.
Great stuff, mate. Congratulations. What a great race it was as well. Yep. We'll go to 2nd place there, Caleb Hydes. Who do you have to thank, mate?
I'll thank Damon for driver coaching. I'll thank Eddie for setup and engineering. I'll thank you guys for putting on the show, and I'll thank Damon for showing me how bad I am again tonight.
Mate, I actually want to commend you as well for a great effort, because so many times we've seen you kind of get there and then something's gone wrong along the way. It's good to see you up there and having a battle with it and actually coming home cleanly too. So great result.
Yeah, Damon was actually saying it's pretty much been the first race this year where I haven't ended up sideways and in the fence or on top of somebody. So that's a good effort. I haven't been on the sim for like 2 weeks studying for year 12 exams, so maybe I just need to keep doing that and stay clear of the sim. So
mate, taking time off can sometimes be the answer, guaranteed. But your best result in the championship so far, previous best result for this series was 4th at round 4. So 2nd place tonight will go very well.
Beautiful. Sounds good. Thank you.
And to your winner for the 5th time this season, Damon Woods, who do you have to thank?
Big thanks to Apex Steel, Aviation Component Services, John Bell Racing, Synergy Race Engines, Dave's Decals, and as always, the FRG boys for putting on a fantastic event, and Luke this time for putting on a splendid broadcast as always.
He does a good job, old Luke, in the background, constantly taking our cues and picking up on all the things we're putting down as Dave and I just ramble on for about an hour straight, and then we figure it out at the end there. So great result from all three of you. Congratulations to your podium winners and your first three across the line in the feature race. What a night, Dave. What a race.
Yeah, I'd need a drink after that.
Responsibly, of course. What a fantastic race as well. There'll be so many highlights that need to come from this, and I thoroughly urge that we definitely need to go back through the broadcast and clip some of that off and send it off to iRacing, because that is some of the best sim racing I have ever seen, and I believe it's well and truly worthy of making an iRacing top 10 highlights somewhere for the month of October. So
I think we could probably do the whole top 10 highlights, all of them.
Just all 10 moments from this race.
Yeah,
Just from the feature race. That'll be enough, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So where are we off to next week, Dave? Another
We are
Tuesday
off
night
to
on
Zandvoort.
Racestars TV.
Oh, it's 31st. Is it next week? I don't know when it is, but it is Zandvoort is the next round. I will tell you when that is.
It is a double header. It's round 8 next week.
Beautiful.
So that will put us off to Zandvoort. So back-to-back Formula Ford weeks, and we go
that's
to
good.
the
I love
High
that.
Banks, the Holland High Banks at Zandvoort
Yes.
for round 8 of the RaceKraft Simulations Australian Formula Ford eSeries.
Oh, I think Luke's flying over it at the moment.
Yeah, Luke's already he's already touching down. He's getting there 7 days early. This is where we're racing next week, folks. Same time, same place, same channel.
The Dutch sand dunes, Zandvoort, with the new banked circuit just released by iRacing. This should be a bit of fun.
I cannot wait for this. So get around it. Racestars TV, Tuesday night. And if you'd like to get involved, if you're an iRacer and you're watching this and you're licking your chops and rubbing your hands together right now, get involved. Find Formula Racing Group on Facebook. Get the links to our Discord channel. Come and join in the fun, because Formula Ford Championship is open qualifying every single round. So Monday night pre-qualifying, you can try and punch your ticket into the top 80 to join the field for the next round, round 8 of this series, and have a great night of sim
Just come
racing.
and join the Discord. Become a member of our FRG, which is all free of charge. It's just a matter of joining the Discord so we know who you are. And then you can go and pre-qualify next Monday night. And you could be in there in the middle of that on Tuesday night.
And of course, if you'd like to get involved with Formula Ford Australia as well, their next round, they're actually done, aren't they?
No, I think there's another one coming at Phillip Island.
Oh, another round coming at Phillip Island. I know there's another round of Formula Ford in Western Australia coming, I believe, this weekend at Wanneroo Raceway or Carco Raceway. So plenty of action involved through there. But if you'd like to get more information, go to formulaford.org.au. There's all the championship rounds, courtesy of Luke in the background. So there's the National Series. I think the National Series is done. There's
the National Series is done, but I think the Victorian Formula Ford Championship.
And the Sydney Championship as well, 28, 29 of October. So both rounds coming this week.
And Island Magic is on in November.
Island Magic in November as well. Plus, there's a West Aussie round this weekend of Formula Ford. That's all available at formulaford.com.au if you'd like to get involved with the real thing of what these fantastic cars are. And of course, to RaceKraft Simulations, go to racecraft.net for the best sim rigs that you can possibly think of, with custom solutions to suit any budget, small or large, or however you'd like to go about your sim racing. Johnny's the man to talk to, and he will certainly hook you up. But for now, Dave, I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll do. I better take some calm down pills before then.
See you next week, folks.